Hi, Gordana here, and welcome to my inspirational messages. Today, I would like to share with you a story that happened to me during meditation camp years ago. It was a day of silence, and it was between morning and afternoon session. I was sitting outside my yurta and I was looking at surrounding. It was beautiful. There was lots of beautiful plants and sand, and there was lake nearby. On opposite side of the lake, there were very high mountains, the second highest mountains in the world. It was like 2,000 square meters height. It was a little bit coldish, but yet the sun was really high above and strongly shining on the sand. So I was looking at these sparkles of the sand and not doing or thinking anything in particular, just enjoying my time. And then at one moment, I noticed a little ant that was just a few feet from me. And this ant was going and trying to pick up a pebble stone. This pebble stone was probably 3 times its size, but the ant tried to pick it up and pull it. Well, it didn't budge at all. So the ant came and tried again. Again, nothing happened. And again, nothing happened. So after a few times, Anne decided to give up. He turned away and walked away. And I didn't think more about it. I thought that was it. But then, maybe 20-30 seconds later, I noticed the ant coming back, straight to the same stone and trying to pull it again. And it was amazing. It looked as the ant has completely forgotten that it has been here before and that it tried to do this before. Of course, same thing happened as the first time around. So the ant tried a few times again, then again gave up, walked away to different direction, then made a circle, came back, and again targeted the same pebble stone. And I was just watching in amazement, and I cannot tell you how long this lasted. The ant was making circles, coming back again and again, trying, not succeeding, and giving up. And I was in meditational mood. I was in introspection, and this gave me amazing insights. I just thought as universe was showing me this amazing message of how we also make circles in our life, how we go in loops, coming back to same point again and again, and not learning from our past mistakes. So we're basically wasting our energy and wasting our time. But it seems that number of times this is necessary until we actually learn and try to find smaller pebble or something that can be actually eaten, like in the case of the ant. And just think about it. How many people that they're never happy with their work. They change it time and time again, and every time you listen to the same story about how awful this boss is and how boring is the job and how unfair they are treated, and all these, little excuses or little remarks that actually bitter one's life and makes us unhappy and unsatisfied. Now, story may be what it is, and it actually can be that every time every work was not good, but it's also that we are coming back into circle, coming to exactly the same spot. Maybe not the same work, but same type of work, same type of situation, and same type of the problem. Similar in relationships. Some of us come back even to the same people, facing same issues we did in the past, or we find new people, but the problems that we faced before, like, feeling not being loved enough, or not being heard, or maybe being cheated, or not being valued enough, we meet it again and again because we are coming back to our same pebble stone without learning a lesson. Now, the other amazing insight was that this ant was alone, and ants normally work in groups. So I was wondering how amazing this is that this was shown to me. At that time, I did not realize it. I actually realized it years later. I realized that I had a message about importance of working in the group. Imagine this pebble stone was important for building some ant structure, and one ant could not move it, but 3 or 4 ants together, they could move the pebble of this size. And it's same with us. Something that we cannot do alone, we can do actually in the group or with the structure of support. So when I work with my clients, when I do the mentoring, something that they cannot do alone because they forget every time you come back to the same pebble stone, you do not realize it's the same problem until you actually bite into it and spend a little bit of time and a little bit of energy. And sometimes we don't even understand that this is the same problem because we stay in our story. But if we have support of the group and support of the mentor, then they're gonna tell us, look, it's the same kind of issue. You're coming back to work to the same problem where you feel undervalued or where you feel unseen. So it's an opportunity, once we understand it, to go deeper and find out why we are attracted almost as with a magnet to come back to this point and how to resolve it. Now, the energies of groups are very strong, and this is why I work in the groups and also with individuals, and I'm going to explain why this is important. Both of this is important. Group will create the energy that is stronger than some of individual energies. So I can say do something for one and you can do something for one, but when we work together, our results are not 2, our results are 4, because together we can do so much more because our energy progressively grows, and the more number of people, the energy will be stronger. Of course, this has the benefit of giving us push and making us go as a rocket through our issue. Now, disadvantage of this is unless we have been prepared and unless we have the resources, this usually is an important issue for us. And if we go like that through this, then we're gonna re-traumatize ourselves because we have not been prepared to face what is going to happen when this particular issue opens. I can give you an example. If it's a feeling of being undervalued, when this opens, we're going to see the cause as why we feel undervalued. And say it has been a traumatic experience of something that struck us really strongly in a childhood, and this opens, same feelings comes, same event comes, we need to be ready to go through that. For this reason, it is important to also work individually to prepare every single person individually for what their specific problem is and what their challenge, for what their specific challenge is and what they need to face and how they can be ready to actually face it, to go through it and to move on, not to come back as this ant to the same pebble stone. Now, we know this about group energies. We know this from the events like, sports events on stadiums or even spiritual events or music concerts. You know how energy can be amazing, how amazing it is when whole stadium is cheering for one team and, there is a victory and there is a song. It's something that lifts us up because it is a group energy. There is no so much mystery about it. But the same thing happens with any group that is guided and that has a focus in the same direction. So, what is your pebble stone? What is your magnet to which you come back and back again? Think about it. Let me know. I'm really interested as to what keeps you in the loop. And if you like, send me a message to info@sensaviva.com and I would be very happy to guide you into one of my programs or groups and to help you further so you move on and you do not stay in the same circle.